The Cosmic Muffin is actually a 1939 Boeing 307 Stratoliner, the civilian version of the B-17 bomber.
I think everyone is fascinated by planes and trains and automobiles, being able to just get up and go. And I think the combination of a plane and a boat put together, I think, just doubles up on the fantasy.
In its previous life, this outrageous aircraft was the plaything of millionaire flyboy Howard Hughes. According to some, the Flying Penthouse got a reputation for its in-flight entertainment.
We refer to this as the unofficial birthplace of the Mile High Club.
Inside, original features still make this the place to party. This cocktail bar was a Howard Hughes essential. And his film star flame Rita Hayworth always reserved a window seat. Today, the Cosmic Muffin makes a cozy abode. At 56 feet long, it has a built-in bathroom and plenty of room for a bed. You won't find a lazy boy here. These chairs are 1940 originals. And the teak and Hollywood floors are a nod to the nautical side of this home's split personality.
It's a wonderful place to live. It gets a lot of attention.
Quite cool. Makes me want to have one.
It's a smile machine.
But there's more going on here than meets the eye. Look around at the patterned decor, and you'll see a theme that's feather-friendly.
I was a hardcore Parrothead or Jimmy Buffett fan. Always enjoyed his music.
So just imagine how Dave felt when his humble home popped up in Jimmy Buffett's top-selling book, Where's Joe Merchant? Now it's a beacon to Buffett fans everywhere. It even proudly displays the name Buffett gave it, Cosmic Muffin. But the real rush begins when you take the driver's seat. Dave took us into the bowels of this beast for a rare look at the cockpit-turned-control room.
You're sitting where Howard Hughes himself used to sit and fly this airplane. It's a dramatic feeling.
Just flip the right switches and you're off. At 20 knots on open water, this boat can fly. That's when the co-pilot takes over and Dave throws caution to the wind.
Boy, when I'm sitting on top of the boat, cruising by, it's like the king of the world. It's the best. What the hell is that?
And lifelong bachelor with a passion for the sea. His challenge was to find a seafaring vacation home that would help him stand out in such a colorful crowd.
In the late 1970s, I rented a small houseboat near Fort Lauderdale Beach for a couple of years, so I got the bug for living aboard boats. The boat was sold by the owners, so I started looking for a boat that I could buy, that I could afford, and live aboard on.
What Drimmer stumbled on was a Boeing 307 that had been purchased by its owner in 1969. When it was found that the plane would never be airworthy, the wings and tail were cut off and it was converted into a boat. A little more than a decade later, it found itself in a junkyard. In 1981, Drimmer rescued the plane boat from the scrap heap. He paid $7,500 for it and has since invested another $200,000 to turn it into his very own amazing vacation home.
One day, there was a classified ad for a unique 56-foot houseboat. That's about all it said. I went down to the yard, and much to my shock and amazement, it was a boat made from an airplane. I just had to have it, and I bought it against the advice of everyone that tried to talk me out of it. For every boat, there is a buyer, and it's pretty obvious this is my first boat, because anyone that knows anything about boats would never have bought something like this.
Break out another 1,000, because this has cost David a fortune, but it's one of a kind. There's no better.
But Drimmer had more than simply an oddity on his hands. He had a piece of aviation history. Before its wings and tail were shorn off, this Boeing 307 Stratoliner was originally owned by billionaire Howard Hughes. Hughes converted it into his very own flying bachelor pad.
I got to understand very quickly about the rarity of this airplane and how special it was that Even though I had just the remains of this airplane with the fuselage, it was a very rare historic antique that is completely irreplaceable. Everything that's original that I got with this airplane, I've kept and tried to restore, and I kind of evolved from being a boat owner with an airplane into a preservationist and trustee of a rare historic artifact. This is the main salon of the airplane. The 4 aircraft chairs that are in the living room are from the original Howard Hughes interior. This is the original bar that was part of the Howard Hughes interior when he put this in 1948. It's been recovered, but most of it is original. We have spring-loaded glass holders right here, so all your glassware was secured and wouldn't go flying around when the plane's doing its loops and rolls. And then we have the clips that keep the liquor bottles in place, so God forbid you don't want to lose any of your precious liquor.
Today, a tour inside the Cosmic Muffin can be, well, confusing. Much of it still looks like an airplane, but many amenities seem more appropriate to a yacht. They reflect Drimmer's original love of life at sea.
At the back end of the airplane, next to the bedroom, we have a full head, which includes a standing shower and an electric toilet, escape hatch, of course, hot and cold water, all the comforts of home.
Okay, so it looks like an airplane, but it travels on the water. How exactly do you pilot the Cosmic Muffin? Like a boat or a plane?
Driving the airplane is like driving a school bus on ice, backwards, downhill, blindfolded, and occasionally a little drunk.
The original aircraft controls are used to steer the boat and turn it, as well as the throttles to go fast or slow, and shifters to go forward and reverse. It's where Howard Hughes used to sit up here and fly this airplane. How cool is that?
Serious captains always try to land a memorable moniker for their vessel. But Cosmic Muffin? Actually, singer Jimmy Buffett crafted that one. He saw the floating fuselage